How's it going, guys? Jalen here from Blue Angels Gaming, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys another strategy guide for Electrone / Ghost Dragon. This attack features an Electro Dragon and balloons in your blimp, and some clone spells to clone up those dragons and to get inside of the base and do some serious work to the beginning of this attack. It's going to then use a Sui Hero strategy to take out some more percentage and vital components of the base, and then we're going to finish it off with a Law Loon strategy for the last half of the attack. So to jump right in, we're going to go ahead, get in on this first replay. This is a actually third video I've made with this attack strategy. The first one was a little bit of an overview of just all the Town Halls and how it can be implemented. The second video was for Town Hall 11s, and then this video is for Town Hall 10. So I'm going to go as in-depth as I can. I'm going to discuss how to go about this strategy, what bases to look for, and how to kick some ass at Town Hall 10, guys. So like I said, you started off with the blimp going in, cloning that up, taking out some percentage in those vital defenses, and then usually you send in your Sui Heroes after that, finish it off with some Lava Hounds and balloons. So in this case, he was able to take out two of the air defenses, and he's working on that second air defense now. He's going to get that taken out with his Sui Heroes, and all that he's going to have to deal with the lava portion of his attack is the two air defenses and the single Inferno Tower on the right. Something he did not take out, though, is the enemy queen, which is very important in Lava Loon strategy. So we're going to see how this goes down. He's going to have to use a little bit of strategy here to avoid her, to get around her taking out a lot of our balloons. But he does have those haste spells, so a lot of times you see around 1 to 3 clones being used in these strategies. In this case, we didn't have quite as many, so he was able to bring in more haste spells. So you either look at it, you want higher percentage, so you use more clone spells in the beginning. Higher percentage and higher effectiveness out of your kill squad. So then you would use clones in the beginning to get you more troops that are cloned up. Or if you want a speedy attack with those haste spells or rage spells, use less clones, maybe 1 or 2 rather than the 3, and you can bring in some extra haste. So like I said, I would always recommend 1 to 3 clones. Personally, I like 3. That's for my Town Hall 12 account. So I would say probably around 2 for Town Hall 10 would be a good number, and I would definitely always use that Sui Hero strategy after the blimp is placed. So worked out very nicely for him. We're going to see a little bit of variations between each attack in this video, but all of them have the same idea. You start with the blimp, then your Sui Heroes, and then your Lava Loon portion. So here he sends in the blimp. He's going to target both of these air defenses. So the question comes in mind, where do you want to send your blimp, and where do you want to make it pop? So and what kind of bases do you want to target, and what bases do you want to use this strategy for? So whenever you're looking through bases trying to decide if you want to use this attack, you want to find a base that has some vital defenses for Lava Loon grouped together. So if you can find a base with like 2 or 3 air defenses within like around 20 tiles, pretty close together, this is a good strategy because you can get that blimp in there. All of those chain reactions from the Electro Dragons disperse, and it can take out a huge group of defenses and get those 2 main defenses, or maybe even 3 or 4, taken out, plus all kinds of percentage and other defenses as well. So in this attack, he was able to take out 2 air defenses with his blimp. He was able to take out 1 of the air defenses with his Sui Heroes, and that's just great effectiveness and percentage for the beginning of the attack. So he takes out 52% of this base before he even gets this air portion in there, and that is just crazy to me that you can take out that much of the base and your main strategy hasn't even been placed down yet. So he does bring in a rage and a haste here with him to speed up these balloons. So he could have brought 3 haste or that rage. I like the rage because what he did is he used that skeleton spell to take out the queen. So I always say there is 2 main things to take out in this attack, just like a Lava Loon attack at the beginning. So if you're going to use balloons, you always have to take out the queen and the enemy clan castle troops. So That's something that you always want to achieve with your kill squad if you can. So in this attack, he wasn't able to take the queen down. He would rather take those 2 air defenses down, which I completely agree with. But if you're not able to take the queen down, you want to bring in a skeleton spell, because not only does that distract the queen from your balloons, but it can also take her down in some instances, and if those balloons get over her, they can kind of aid in that as well. You want to rage your skeleton spells as well to maybe take her down a little bit more quickly. So he sends in the blimp here, he rages and uses that clone to clone up the balloons, and just like my Town Hall 11 guide for this strategy, I want to say that it is completely up to you which troops in the clan castle that you clone. You can either clone the balloons or you can clone the Electro Dragons. My personal opinion and what I like to do in my attacks is to use probably 3 clones, and I like to use them all on the Electro Dragons. So how do I go about doing that? So I pop the blimp wherever I want it to be popped when it's over those main defenses that I want to take out. As soon as it's popped, I place the rage spell directly on the blimp, right over the blimp, and what this does is it quickly dissipates those balloons to wherever they're going. Since they target defenses, they will go kind of far away from wherever they're at. That rage will help them disperse, and that Electro Dragon will stay there because number 1, he is pretty slow even in a rage, and number 2, he's setting there because he doesn't go toward only defenses. So if you pop the blimp on a gold storage, say, he's going to stay there on that gold storage where those balloons are going to go out. So as soon as those balloons start getting out, that's when you place all your clone spells. You want to place them on the Electro Dragon if you want to use my strategy and my opinion on things, because that will clone up the Electro Dragons instead of the loons. So these aren't mistakes, these aren't bad attacks that I am showing right now. It's just a different variation, and it's something that I would definitely consider too. It's not that I always want to clone up the Electro Dragons, that's just my usual strategy, but you want to look at the base, and if you can take it down a lot with those balloons, then by all means, clone up the balloons instead of the Electro Dragons. So in this next attack, this is the last attack of this guide. He's going to place that blimp there to get into that compartment with the queen and that air defense. He clones the balloons, so he doesn't wait for those balloons to get away to clone. He clones the balloons, and that's actually really nice because it clears out quite a bit of things for that Electro Dragon, and there's not a whole lot of defenses now that the Electro Dragon has to worry about. It's taking out some percentage over here, but it's still something that I would always consider. So if you guys would like some more help with how to make sure that you clone the Electro Dragon instead of the balloons, maybe I can make a how-to video just on that. It'd be a quick video, so let me know in the comments if you would like to see that. I tried explaining it as well as I could. Check out my other guides, and that will show you guys some tips on it as well. Just more footage you can see, the better off you'll be. So if you guys are wanting to practice, that's my #1 recommendation. Just check out as much videos as you can. This is my 3rd video on this attack strategy, so just on my channel you guys can get all kinds of exposure to how to go about this attack. He's able to do all kinds of work in this kill squad portion of his attack. He's already at 40%. He has both heroes still alive. The queen takes down yet again another air defense, so he's already taken down 2 air defenses, and all he has left are those 2 air defenses and the Infernos to worry about. He took out the clan castle troops, he took out the enemy queen, all the main things that you want to take out at the beginning of an attack, an air attack, he achieved. So he really set himself up for a nice finish. He's getting those balloons and hounds in there. He actually brings a freeze for the inner portion of this base, which is really nice. He froze that sweeper so they weren't able to push any of those balloons out of the way, and this is a huge overkill. Guys, Town Hall 10, if you are Town Hall 10, you got to be using this strategy. Every attack that I showed is overkill. It's a very vital attack to use. You always want to consider it, and I would consider it a top 3 attack strategy. And at this point in time, before they nerf this attack, which is when you guys want to be using it before they nerf it, I would say this is the #1 attack for Town Hall 10 if implemented right. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the other videos on this attack that I have uploaded recently. Subscribe if you did enjoy. Turn on your notifications so you can be reminded each time I come out with a new video. Like the video if you enjoy Electro Dragons. And guys, until next time, clash on.